Straight out of Compton, original streets. Grew up with the lion, see what the criminals see. Now he a giant and a pivotal key. Got it down to a science, this the visual streets. He came up with Bullet, he came up with Turtle. Live life to the fullest, he put it all in the journal. We dodging them bullets, we jumping them hurdles. It's the Dahoodpostman, we in the streets universal.
Dahoodpostman, Professor Bellingham. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get your truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, share, drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15th. Lock the door.
Rolo, you always use the term red rag Crips. Please explain to me what you mean by that.
Okay, red rag Crips is people that, claim to be a blood but never went after Crips. All they do is go after bloods and kill bloods and hurt bloods, but they claim themselves bloods. You get what I'm saying? That's why bloods still want to be a Crip. Because to be a Crip, you gotta be a ruthless motherfucker. You gotta be one of the motherfuckers to say, I'm gonna go fuck up my community. These what we know as being an original Crip. They didn't give a fuck. They're gonna rob anything, take anything, make their own way. You know what I'm saying? That's what Crippin' was. That we seen as we grew up. We seen Tookie, Jamel, Black them, do Strawberry them do. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't want to be like that. That's what we came out to be like Bloods. Bloods is like, okay, young blood, we took after our fathers, learned stuff, learned how to get along with blacks. Blacks supposed to got along. That's why all bloods got along. You know what I'm saying? When we came up. So you got different eras of different meanings of chapters of blood. Just like you got different values of books that always change. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand my thinking and my ways and my laws. To be a real blood, we got along with all blacks, no matter what. And bloods and gets go out and starts trouble with Crips. No. That's a myth, It was hard to be a blood. You know what I'm saying? To be a blood, homie, you have to be honest. You have to stand alone. You have to go do shit alone. But now what these blood cats do is they get together and they concentrate on each other partner, see what partner they finna call out at night, or see what nigga got the most money and came up on the lick.
So it's prey. They looking to prey on somebody. I call them yard buzzards.
They not gangbanging.
Whether it's Crips or Bloods, I mean people that prey on their own people, exactly. Their own tribe, are either vultures or yard buzzards.
Exactly. So, that's what they came to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why they can say is, like, no, he got more respect. Yeah, why he got more respect? Because he got more respect of hurting each other. They don't have respect in the outer world. That's why outer niggas don't know them. That's why they always get together. Oh, blood, blood, blood. Okay. Y'all sound like a broken record. If you're a blood, you got to keep telling yourself every second you're a blood. So you have doubt in yourself.
I noticed that in both cultures that you got some dudes that they're just blood, 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 and the other one's cuz. And they just keep saying it like, bro, do you have something else in your vocabulary? I hear you the first time.
Put them by themselves. They're going to change their vocabulary. Put them where the enemy's at all by themselves. Watch how their vocabulary change. So that's why I call putting on too much extra. It gives me a headache. You know what I'm saying?
So that explains blood being what you call it again?
They call the red rag
Crips.
Red rag Crips.
Red rag Crips. That's an interesting take you got there.
Because if you
I'm sure they got some blue rag Pyrus too.
But I'm just keeping it real.
Because just to keep the balance, I think because both sides do things to each other that shouldn't be done, but but it happens.
That's why Bloods ain't making no money now. You got to think about it. Back when we was coming up, Bloods was making money. Why? Because we was able to go everywhere and set up shop in each other's hood. We was able to sit around and communicate with you. If you way on the west side, he way in Long Beach, or he way in Compton, we can hook up with each other because there wasn't no conflict. Conflict came from when the jailhouse came. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy. Niggas want to be saying this and that. Niggas want to go against this person because this nigga didn't want to give him soup or wham wham or ask him do he want a jailhouse for real. You know what I'm saying? So now niggas brung in confusion and brought confusion to the streets.
I will say that, man, you guys had a camaraderie and commonality and rapport that lasted for years. It was like, I was very shocked when I saw the displacement, and I was trying to figure out who detached these guys, because you guys were like interlocked, whether you was on East Side, Watts, Compton, whatever, West Side. All Bloods were like, there was, you know, like the guy when he wrote the song, Pyru Love, there was real Pyru Love at one time. Now, they're the worst of the bunch.
See, that's why, you know, I'm glad you said Pyru Love. You gotta understand, Pyrus are Bloods, but they are roosters. They wear burgundy racks, you know what I'm saying? They roosters, they pie motherfucking root, you know what I'm saying? They've been blood, they've been saying blood. So when they say Pyrus ain't blood, man, get the fuck out of here.
But there was one time, Rolo, where they wore red wags. When did it become burgundy?
Because they became roosters. You get it? Burgundy still represents.
But you know, that was a diss word for Crips, for Pyrus. We used to call them roosters. Man, look at them old roosters over there. And now they embraced the word and took it and, I guess, you know. I can't explain it, but maybe you can.
You know, the reason why they roosters because they get up early in the morning and used to catch niggas slipping. You get what I'm saying? Like the break of the dawn. You know, when the rooster get up before the sun come up, that's when banging used to really start. Banging used to then start like catch a nigga when he get drunk and sleep. No, niggas be full aware. Niggas go to school. Niggas out there scrapping.
I'll tell you something else about banging. If I saw you with your parents, I ignored you.
Exactly.
If I saw you with your kids, I ignored you.
Well, this will come from home training. These are people that would do the same things to their mama because they don't give a fuck about their mama. So it shows because they don't care. They'll sell dope to their mama. They'll get out there and watch their mama hoe. They'll get out there and watch their mama be drunk on the corner and can pass by and can be over there with their homies and help somebody else mama out. So these are kids that have been displaced because what happened? Because the government had to make sure all this fall in air. Like I told you, every 10 years, there's going to be a trait in the black race where it's going to be a big gap. You get what I'm saying?
So many guys, Rolo, and I like to use the term impetuous. Impetuous meaning that they're anxious, they're always in a hurry, they're always willing to do way more than what's necessary to be done. And I think that did some damage to, because a lot of these guys that be impetuous, they never even grew up in that tribe, in that community. They came over and you guys and those guys and these guys accepted them, and they felt like they had to just be real extra out to prove their authenticity. But when cornered, they told. I don't care how many people they laid out or how many people they did this, that, and the third too, but when cornered, mouth out bail.
Well, you gotta understand, it's an old saying that I say, what role and what act you gonna play today? It's a Hollywood in every nigga. So you gotta watch what nigga playing what role. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't from there, never seen that, and he ain't got it in him, believe me, you setting yourself up for failure.
Because envy do hide in compliments, and jealousy hide in support, and love can hide in hate. Just because they're giving it to you mean they have it for you. But what we have to understand is energy. Understand energies and body language and how people are moving. Then that gives you an interpretation of who that individual is. Because, and I say this, history is not all about necessarily what happened, but how we feel about, or how we think about what happened. Not how we feel, because feel is, we were bringing emotions to it, but we want to think and be logical and reasonable about what we think and how, you know, how we see things in terms of how we going to be better, what outcomes we want, you know what I mean? Because I want the best outcome for Rolo. I want the best outcome for myself. I want for my brother what I want for myself.
Exactly.
And if I go back to that time where I see myself just as a black man, strip away all that stuff. In other words, 0 to 18 is indoctrination. It's not education, it's indoctrination. Education don't come until we get outside, till we read books like 1619 Project, Black is, there's a book called Black as F right now, right. Black as F, right? You get what I'm saying? Right. But those books are very important to understand what your culture is and how we got to where we are today. And I appreciate these conversations you and I have, because I look at them as conversations because we're both growing in this circumstance. But don't let me cut you off, man. Keep going, man. Let me get about this.
The feeling what you're saying is the reason why they gotta keep doing that, man, is because it's a law that they change for themselves. You get what I'm saying? See, when you change laws, it's a repercussion, because they're not all setting themselves there. Like people like us and other people like, you know what I'm saying, like us, we want to know what happened before we won't go through that same shit in the future. But see, they don't want us to know what happened before they can keep on going, because they the only one eat. Remember I told you in the 5 fallen sins of men, the dragon is the only one eat. Because all the tearing that they're doing up, all the burning and looting that they're doing, they didn't want only one eating. And the people that live righteous is the ones got to repay that back or got to starve, because now that store is shut down, or now they putting up shit behind counters where people don't want to go, because now you feel like you caged up like a jail. You caged up like your dog. You get what I'm saying? Society is changing. So when society change, it makes you change, because now you know you're not in a safe environment. Now what was open now is locked. So when you see shit is locked now that was open all your life, hey man, what's really going on? You know, it make you start wondering. Now people is waking up, damn, my kids is this bad? Damn, I need to say something, but if I say something, they're gonna run in my house. Hey look, they're gonna run in your house regardless. They're gonna fuck you over regardless. So you gotta understand, you gotta fight. You gotta stand up and fight. You gotta say, I gotta change. How did I change? Because I seen how come I was going to jail. And then I listened to my stepfather and my real father. They say every time you go around, you don't think your friends telling on you? Ain't no camera on you. When you with your partners, it's just y'all. And then when you go do something, it's only you getting caught or your house getting shot up.
Lock the door.
Straight out of Compton, original streets. Grew up with the lion, see what the criminals see. Now he a giant and a pivotal key. Got it down to a science, this the visual streets. He came up with bullet, he came up with turtle. Live life to the fullest, he put it all in the journal. We dodging them bullets, we jumping them hurdles. It's the Dahoodpostman, we in the streets universal.
Dahoodpostman, Professor Belly Mill. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get your truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hits, it'll feel like it's the first and 15th. Lock the door.